Hey, how's it going? Nick James here, and welcome to the second episode of our video show. I think we need a name for this show.
We do.
Here's a question for you. What should we call the show? I have no idea what to call it. So why don't you Facebook message us, or if you're watching this video on Facebook, pop a comment in the box below. Make sure it's complimentary.
Or the Big Fish Show.
Yeah, apparently the Big Fish Show. It's Big Fish's birthday today. You should come in. So people can actually see that you exist. You'll have to crouch down because you're taller than me.
Get down here.
Big Fish, happy birthday, Big Fish.
Hello, thank you.
25
25
today. 25
Still waiting for a present, but
yeah, you'll be waiting a long time. So anyway, let's get on with this show. So today, I wanted to talk to you about failing. Aren't you so glad that you tuned into this motivational show for achievers? No. So I want to talk to you about failing specifically because yesterday I spent the day in London, went and hung out with a couple of people, friends of mine in the industry, speakers, experts, people like that. And we had some really interesting conversations, one of which was that, in the industry, you only really see in marketing materials, at events, in videos like this one, the successes. You only see, here's what's working really well in our business. And, I think that a lot of times when people are trying to get ahead, they can sometimes feel a little bit demotivated because they see all this success around them and they feel they're not making the progress maybe as quickly as they might. So I wanted to refresh you a little bit by sharing some of my failures. And I suppose something that I was thinking about last night when I got home after meeting with these guys in London was, my first couple of stabs at business were just epic failures. My first business, Fish, you don't even know this, I don't think, was a dog walking business at the age of 14. Me and my best friend, Mike Price, his name is, hi Mike, if you're watching, we decided that in our little area, we would set up a dog walking business. We made little flyers that we printed out on my Packard Bell PC. We printed them out, little flyers like this with a little picture of it was what was the thing called? The photo in Microsoft.
Paint?
No, it was like they're like stock photos.
Clip art.
It was like a little clip art photo of a dog with a little headline: "Are you tired of walking your dog, or don't you have enough time?" Not really. It was my first copywriting project, really. And so we dropped all these leaflets through letterboxes and in the local area, and we put them up on the little notice boards in the local area, and we got zero response. Zero. Not one single call, let alone a paying customer. Zero response. That was my first business. Epic failure. If you can call it a business. Second one was, I tell this story a lot. I set up a business as a youth coach. So, I'd done a lot of study with Tony Robbins and learning NLP and all these great skills. And I was still relatively young, kind of 19, 20 years of age at the time, and so it made sense that if I was going to coach people, I would coach young people who had, were looking to go on a similar journey to what I'd been on. And I got one paying customer, one paying client, and it was a referral from my mum. That business lasted about 4 or 5 months, by which time I just jacked in and went, hey, I really need to learn how to master this business thing, this sales and marketing thing. And at which point, as many of you will know if you've been following me for any time, I went and took a job in sales working for Andy Harrington, who was at the time running a successful events business, and really that's how I got into the industry. So the reason I share that with you is because we fail all the time. You fail sometimes, I fail sometimes. I mean, right now, to give you a current example, Fish and I went over to Ryan Dicey's Traffic and Conversion Summit last month, and we learned some great new stuff, one of which was a new kind of Facebook ad strategy, a good way to, rather than just paying Facebook for ads and then taking people straight to an opt-in or to a sales page, it's sending them to content, which we've been trying out, we've been testing. At the moment, I'll level with you, it's not making us money, it's losing us money, but you know what? We're not going to give up. Like what a lot of people do is they'll spend a bit of money on Facebook ads or on any kind of advertising and it won't get a return straight away and they give up. And I know, because this isn't my first time, we'll make it work. We'll work it out. We will learn what works and what doesn't, and I'll share it with you at our next Bums on Seats bootcamp, how we've made it work. But in learning how to make it work, in learning how to get a return on that investment, we're failing if you want to call it that in the short term. But in my mind, we're learning and I'm paying for that learning experience for the Facebook advertising. So, you know, whilst of course you'll see me and many other people share their successes, I'll talk about, you know, events that I've run with 800 people and done millions of pounds worth of sales. In order to get to that, there is some failure, some feedback, some learning on the journey. So if there's an area of your business or even your life at the moment where you feel that you're not succeeding or getting the results you want, I guess my message to you today is to keep at it, don't give up, and keep looking for new ways to test things. And ultimately, once you've found a way to make it work, then keep doing more of that. So anyway, let's wrap this show up. Thanks for watching, as always. We need a name for the show. So the thing that you can do to help me, if you would, is if you're watching this on Facebook, put a comment in the box, in the comments box, with what you'd suggest as a name for the show, or drop us an email to hello@seriouslyfunbusiness.co.uk, or just communicate with us in some way, shape or form, Snapchat me or whatever, and just come up with what you think would be a good name for this show. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's little video. Hopefully you've got some value out of it, and I'll look forward to speaking to you again next week. Thanks.